Hello guys and welcome back. In this module, we're going to be learning about colors in Adobe Illustrator and colors as a general term, okay? Now in this video particularly, we're going to be learning about color modes. Okay, so there are two color modes available for us as designers to use, and these are RGB and CMYK. So these are the two color modes available for designers, and the RGB color mode stands for red, green and blue, which are the three primary colors, and all other colors can be derived from these three colors, right? And then the CMYK stands for cyan, magenta, yellow and key. Now this key is also black. So these are the two basic color modes. Now what are the difference between these color modes? The difference is RGB stands for red, green and blue, which are the three primary colors, like I said, and this color mode is used for screens. Okay, so whether it's your computer screen, your laptop screen, your tablet screen, or your phone screen, you have to understand that colors are displayed in RGB, or images are displayed in RGB. And then when it comes to prints, that's paper prints, print on paper, we use the CMYK color mode, okay, because the printers only understand this color format. Okay, the printers only understand this color format in order to display our design in prints. Okay, even though there are very new generation printers that use the RGB, but if you're talking about large formats or big printing projects or big printing presses where they use the traditional concept of printing, they always use the CMYK color mode to generate their prints. Okay, so how does the computer generate images with the RGB color mode, right? That's a very valid question, and for that, let me just bring in an image to help explain this. Okay, so let's just bring in this. Let's see this image. Any image will work actually. Okay, so you understand how the computer generates images with our color mode. Okay, now you have to understand that in each of these images, in an image, there is what we call pixels. Okay, so the pixels is kind of the smallest structure of color that kind of makes up the whole image. I don't know if you if you understand, but pixels are quite popular, and it's a quite popular word, and it's something you shouldn't have problem grasping, right? So now when I zoom into this image, depending on the resolution of the image, depending on how high res the image is, you will zoom into a point where you see pixels, right? Now these are pixels. Now you see this is a pixel, it's just a box, this is a pixel, just a box. Okay, so all these places are made up of pixels. All these places are made up of pixels. Okay, so depending on how high res the image is, like I said, you'll see pixels. Okay, now we can't see anything here because this whole place is just white. Okay, but at the edges where there is kind of a blending between the white and the blue, we'll definitely see pixels. Okay, so what happens is in each of these pixels we have the RGB colors embedded in them in different intensities. Okay, so we have a mix of the R, the G and the B, that's the red, the green and the blue, in diverse intensities to generate this particular color, and to generate this particular color and this particular color and this particular color. Okay, so all pixels have a percentage of these colors to be able to generate image. And then there's one thing that makes the RGB color stand out from the CMYK. And what's that? It's called light. Okay, it's called luminance. That's the secret ingredient that the RGB color mode has, and this light makes the RGB colors pop out. Okay, so they look more vibrant than the CMYK. As you can see, this project is an RGB project. How do I know? When you look at this place, you see RGB, so it means this is an RGB project. And as you can see, the colors are quite vibrant. If I turn into a CMYK project right now, you're going to see that the colors get washed out. Okay, and we're going to do that in a minute, but I just want to show you how Adobe Illustrator understands this concept and helps us even in the presets it creates when we want to start a new project. Okay, so when we create a new project, we see these presets, right? We see the print presets, we see the web presets, the mobile presets, the film, the animation and illustration, or the art and illustration rather, and whatever print presets, right? Now, when you come to the print presets and choose one, you then see that the CMYK color is selected, okay, on automatic, because Adobe Illustrator knows that because we are using this as a print project, it means we are going to print, we are selecting a print preset, it means we are going to print the project. Therefore, the CMYK is the most suitable for this. Okay, so that's how Adobe Illustrator understands the color mode. And then if you come to, let's say, web, you then see that it's RGB that has been selected. Mobile, it's also RGB. Film and video is also RGB. And why is that? That's because we are going to interact with these designs on mobile devices. Okay, so it means the RGB color will make more sense. That's why it's selected automatically here. But you don't have to select it here, because there's a way to change these colors. Okay, there's a way to change these colors, and let's say we want to change this color from an RGB to a CMYK color, right? So how do we do that? We just come to File and then come to Document Color Mode. You see now it's RGB. And if I turn it to CMYK right now, you're going to see that the colors just fade out. Okay, so you see that the colors fade out, right? Because this is how the CMYK works. This is how it handles colors. Okay, and I'm just going to undo that to take it back to RGB. Okay, and then finally you have to understand that the RGB color mode is kind of a more bigger color mode than the CMYK. Okay, because most nowadays printers, most new generation printers use RGB also. Okay, and then it's also used on screens, so it kind of serves a wider purpose. Okay, while the CMYK is not suitable for screens. Okay, so that's what makes the RGB stand out. So if you're not too sure of the whole thing, if you're not sure of which color mode to use, okay, just stick to RGB. Okay, and everything will just go fine. And at the end of everything, you can always convert your RGB to your CMYK and your CMYK to your RGB. So that's just all you need to know about RGB and CMYK for now. And in the next lecture, we'll be diving deeper and learning more about colors in Adobe Illustrator.